Hello and welcome to another empty flight starring me, L1011Widebody. Time Warner Interactive. Did you hear about that merger with them and Comcast? Man, that's gonna be like the worst thing ever possible. They're gonna own all the channels everywhere. Oh, I don't like that. Anyway, welcome to another video cast that I'm going to be playing. I didn't get a chance to do anything yesterday, but yesterday was my birthday, so happy birthday to me, L1011, hitting the big 2-9er, as they would say in fancy terms. So that was cool. I didn't really do anything myself, but it was nice. Who the hell is Dean Evison? Anyway, there's a reason I'm picking this particular game to play. I'll get to that in a little bit. Jeez, check out these guys. Man, I remember these guys from way the hell back. Hey, let's put Kozlov in. Remember him? Paul Cavallini. When the hell did we have him? Oh yeah, we is Detroit. I think I've mentioned it before, but I was born and raised in Detroit. Where the hell is Fedorov? Something's missing here. I was born and raised in... I guess he's Dean Evison now. For 22 years till I moved out here. Sillinger. I think he died. Didn't he? Dino Cicerelli. I love his name. He's a Hall of Famer now. His name always reminds me of pizza. Pick our defensemen's. Bob Halkitis. Sergei Button. Mark Howe. Steve Chason is dead. He crashed his truck into a tree or something. It's funny that Lidstrom would make the line score go down. Can you imagine the time? Steve Chason. Oh, Chris Osgood. He sucks. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's get this rolling. No. I'm ready. So, yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I was working on a new sort of thing because the user, I forget his name, FPS Sharzy or something like that, he made a best of video. Way to go, Steve Chason, firing that puck in the net. I'm working on a best of compilation for the Fallout. You know, just a bunch of clips that are the best of my commentary and such. Looking forward to that. That's coming together pretty well. So I was going through that, coming up with some stuff, and of course, you know, coming up with different clips and such. I was had to take a look at the old movie Maximum Overdrive from 1986, I think it was. Stephen King's one and only directorial movie where the machines go berserk and they're controlled by the aliens. And Emilio Estevez is in it and stuff. I don't know why everybody hates on that movie. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it delivers what it promises. It's a big, dumb action movie. It's like, I don't know, you're not expecting great theater out of action movies of the 80s. What's the problem? I just thought that was weird that people hated that movie so much. It's got some funny stuff, and Lisa Simpson is in it as a person, you know, not as Lisa. That would be silly. The voice acting of Yeardley Smith. What kind of name is Yeardley, anyway? I have never heard such a name. I wouldn't know. I like that movie. It's silly and everything. I like them silly action movies, and it's got, of course, the great soundtrack from AC/DC. AC/DC, one of my favorite bands. Speaking of bands and such. Oh, that's not a good play. So, I've been using this Twitter thing to talk to my favorite radio station out here in Seattle, KISW, which I like a lot. I like to listen to them, even though sometimes they play some stuff I don't really want to listen to, but they're pretty cool, and it's neat. I actually did some requests and stuff from them. I talked to Jolene, who is the hostess with the mostess on evenings and weekends sometimes. And she's pretty cool. I like her. She even gave a shout out to me when I requested. She hosts Dude, It's the 80s, which they do at 8 o'clock. It's all 80s requests and stuff. And they play the weird, obscure stuff, which is neat, which I like. I mean, they played Spinal Tap and stuff. It's pretty awesome. I like that. I requested Winger, and she played that for me. That was pretty cool. Way to shoot, Paul Coffey. And she made a shout out to me. She's like, it takes a grown man to be comfortable in their love of Winger. It's like, I don't see any problem with loving Winger. He's got the cool guitar riffs and everything. He's a little goofy and stuff, but aren't we all? Oh! Ripped one in on the left-hand side, on the glove side. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's neat to actually communicate with people that you're interested in with the Twitter. Although I don't have many followers. I don't understand how you get followers on Twitter, so that's still a mystery to me. Oh, right in front of the net. Although KSW does overplay some songs. They always play too much Led Zeppelin. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's like they only play like the same 4 songs. They only play like A Whole Lot of Love and Ramble On. Man, I'm going to break a guy's face the next time I hear Ramble On again. Ope. Steve Chason, you can't do that. I'm down to like 2 guys. Sorry, I play a physical game. Always playing Ramble On and what is that? They play Kashmir too much. It's Led Zeppelin, man. They have 8,000 songs. I want to hear the Immigrant Song, Heartbreaker once in a while, Livin' Lovin' Maid, and what's another good song? Trampled Underfoot is a good song. Peaches and Cream. I don't know what he's singing about. I don't think Robert Plant knows what he's singing about. That's a good song. I heard they played The Rover the other day. That was pretty cool. I like that. I like when they play the obscure kind of stuff. They even played a song by Zebra the other day for Dude, It's the 80s. I'm like, oh my God, it's Zebra. I couldn't even remember. That was pretty cool. I like that. I've tried requesting some Crimson Glory. They're a band that I really like. I think they're a little bit underrated. I should drop some of them in here just a bit. I think that's good, because that's a band that I've always liked. I've always thought they were underrated, unfortunately. And they just disappeared. They kind of showed up at the wrong time. Now is like the time when you've got power metal, hair metal kind of mix. Like the Avenged Sevenfold, where it's got all the complicated technical riffs and the big sing-along choruses and stuff. Those kind of stuff, they would be perfect for now, and it's too bad that they were not recognized when they were kind of forgotten about. And the singer died a few years ago, which is sad. Speaking of people who open their mouths, what about Donald Sterling saying the crazy crap, crazy racist stuff? I can't believe in the 21st century that we still have to deal with wacky racist people. I don't understand that. It's like the Civil War is over, Grandpa, you know? Your side lost. You'd think we'd be over this kind of stupid crap by now. But it's like, nope. Yeah, still people think about that. And then you get the stupid people who are defending him. It's like, oh, it's his own private conversation. You shouldn't, you know. Oh, let one in, Bob Essenza. It's like his own private conversation. You shouldn't judge him by that because it was personal and confidential. It's like, well, what? Why does that matter? It wasn't that long ago. Oh, a fight! Yes! I forgot this game had fighting. Yeah, beat him up! Whoever I am. Who was that? Oh, it doesn't even tell me who it was. I hope it was Probert. I love Bob Probert. Why does it matter if it's confidential? It wasn't too long ago that we were talking about Mitt Romney and his 47% of people don't care or something. Oh, I saw that coming. It's like people pick and choose what they want to have exposed. Even then, it's not an acceptable way of thinking. Haven't we evolved past that point? That's ridiculous. So I'm really, really happy with what the NBA did. Banned him for life. Ban that idiot. Get him out of here. He should be like in solitary confinement in his own stupid little world where he can not be hurt by the existence of black people. Oh my God, they're so scary. And he was complaining about Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson! He's like the most innocuous black person ever. He's like the guy you would come over and just talk about random shit and, watch movies and stuff. Jeez. Of all the people to complain about. Good. I don't want black people to come to my games. What kind of moron? Just stupid people. I just can't understand how those people exist after all this time. Oh, that was a sweet one-timer goal by Not Fedorov. I don't understand that. Doesn't make any sense. Really don't. Really don't. I think I've said enough about that. It just makes me mad. How can you think that way? How can people treat other people that way? How can you have those thoughts and be a human being? Completely counter to the whole entire thought logic process. And then he goes on in his tape and he's talking about, oh, you think I'm a racist? You think I'm a racist? And he's like, how do you not know that you're... I don't understand it. That guy needs to be taken out and shot or something. Not that I'm advocating physical violence. I would never do that. I'm a man of peacefulness, despite all the war games that I play and the violence and brutality of the hockey that I'm playing right now. And speaking of hockey, the Red Wings, my Red Wings, they really crapped out in that first round there. That was pathetic. I feel embarrassed. They didn't even show up for that first round series against the Bruins. I know the Bruins are a good team, but man, it's kind of ironic too, because for once Datsuk and Zetterberg and them showed up in the playoffs. Usually Datsuk and Zetterberg are rather kind of quiet in the playoffs. They're not as flashy and scoring. It's usually like Franzen and stuff and Cleary that make a lot of noise in the playoffs. So it's funny to see that for once Datsuk was leading the series in points and he got all those goals and it didn't matter. Didn't bother to show up. It was painful. I'm kind of worried that this might be the last time. They barely snuck into the playoffs this year with only 1 point behind Columbus. And even then, it was only because Toronto really shat the bed, going like 2-13 in their last games. Oh, Toronto had an epic meltdown. It's funny that Toronto has a basketball team in the playoffs and the Maple Leafs aren't in the playoffs when they were so solidly in a couple months ago. It's just like Toronto's like, oh, we have a basketball team now, huh? Eh? Oh, it's just like the basketballs. Something like that. Oh, way to go, Senza, making those saves. But the first round's being pretty exciting, actually. It's got a couple of good series. Whoops. Senza's going for a little trip there. The Anaheim-Dallas series turned out to be pretty exciting. Dallas had too much in them, but they came around. Oh, what a great save. Colorado and Minnesota. This is joking about with a friend of mine that series. If the goaltending gets any worse, that Wow is going to suit up himself and start. Because he's a wacky, crazy guy. It's funny that they seem to be inspired. Oh, I saw that goal coming. They seem to be inspired by his performance, or his wackiness. Oh, penalty right off the face-off. Hooking? Yeah, Patrick Waugh is a crazy bastard. It's too bad the Red Wings didn't do better, because they would have faced the Canadiens, and it would have been the first time in forever that the Habs and Wings would have met in the playoffs. Would have been pretty nice, but Montreal and Boston is going to be a good series. That's going to be a hell of a series. It always is. They've got a rivalry going way back. But at least the Red Wings made the playoffs. It's not the... I was afraid it was going to be... If they wouldn't made the playoffs, all the Red Wings haters would be like, oh no, the Red Wings have been asking to go to the Eastern Conference for so long. Way to go, Kozlov, firing that puck in the net. They've been asking to go to the Eastern Conference for so long, and they... and they don't even make the playoffs. that would be, so I didn't have to put up with that. That's good. I guess there is offsides in this game. That would have been stupid. Man, it just drives me mad, the people who hate on the Red Wings. So, you got Ken Holland and everything, and Devellano. It's not their fault that they built a system with the help of Scotty Bowman all those years ago that places an emphasis on building up talent before it's ready, building up talent to a proper level for the professional level. As you always hear the same things. Oh, they're too old. They're too young. There's too many rookies and stuff. And they always find those players like Datsuk was picked 2000th overall and Lidstrom was picked 150th. He's like the greatest player of all time. Why is that their fault? I just don't understand that. Just think they should get some recognition for what the system that they've built up over the years. Oh no, they scored. Ted Donato. Speaking of sports and such, did you see that the NASCAR driver, what was his name? Jerry Wise, I think it was. They had a competition or a contest to raise money to see who would sponsor his car, and it was won by the Dogecoins. Dogecoins. And they put it that they would win the advertising, and they put the doggy on the car and everything, the stupid internet meme. And that's why NASCAR athletes are the coolest guys. And I say athletes because fuck you, they are athletes. You don't realize how much strength and endurance it takes. Even sitting around playing a NASCAR game, trying to maintain that focus for an hour is tiring on me. I can't even imagine what they go through in an entire race. And those guys go through off-season performance training and everything. It's all the precision and stuff. So yeah, up yours. You don't think they're athletes? Fuck you. Just use the cars as a piece of equipment. That's what I think. Is a baseball batter less of an athlete because he has to use a baseball bat? Oh, pretty boy, yeah, it's so hard. I can't hit the ball with the bat. It's just so. What a fucking worse. Hockey, they have a stick. It's a piece of equipment. That's what I think of it. So, up yours. You guys are stupid. Hate those guys. Love those NASCARs though. Speaking of exciting new pictures, a friend of mine shared a picture with me, and I'll share it with you right about now. Oh, that was a doofy shot. He shared a picture with me. I thought it was funny. It looks like that. He showed it to me, and I'm like, oh, no, I like your picture, but dude, that's clearly a Warhammer from BattleTech, the old-timey BattleTech, the unseen mechs that were, well, I almost said stolen, but They were licensed from Robotech and stuff for use in the United States. Their designs and such used the Warhammer was a cool mech, and the mechs. Speaking of mechs, I'm looking forward to finishing off the Fallout 2 and Ascent, and I'll be starting on MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. That'll be a fun, long Let's Play. I'm looking forward to that. There'll be a lot to do there, and I'll get to nerd out about BattleTech and everything. I've been a fan of BattleTech since it was a board game. Remember that? All the way back in the 80s. They had the miniatures and everything. You used to go into the game stores and stuff. You'd buy the miniatures. Reminds me of a funny thing. Went into a game store when I moved out here in Seattle a couple of years ago. Oh, I saw that coming unassisted. It should have been assisted by Bob Asenza for giving up that juicy rebound. I went into a game store and it was slow. There wasn't much business. Way to go, not Fedorov. They were playing some games by themselves. I was looking around the shelves and stuff. They got their Warhammer and stuff. All that kind of things. And Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, they're like, can I help you? And I'm like, where do you have the BattleTech miniatures? And they're like, BattleTech? The 80s are over, man. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be a bitch to me like that. And then they went, and I was like, fine. Go back to playing with your elves and dwarfs and shit. Oh, man. But, battling giant robots are cool again. Thanks to MechWarrior Online, despite all its shortcomings. That's about to wrap it up for this empty flight. I've scored enough goals. 8 is a good number. 8 rhymes with a lot of words like hate and bait and date and crate. There's a lot of crates in Ironstorm, which is a game I'm working on trying to finish. It's kicking my ass. Man, that game is harder than I remembered. I don't know how I ever finished it in the first place. Oh, it's a stupid game. It's funny that I'm having a contest to give away the game that I hate. It's like a love-hate relationship. It's bittersweet. Because it's such a fun, exciting environment. It's so great. I love all the environment and the setting and the scenario and everything, but it's like, oh, you get killed by everything. James takes a paper cut to the face and he's dead. He's like the perfect little flower that nobody can touch without killing. That's an icing. If I could touch it. Oh, maybe there's no icing in this game. Oh. But I'm still working on the final level. The Reichstag level. That'll be fun. I'm going to do a real cool intro with that, and I think you guys will totally like that. But it's going to take some time. It takes a lot of time to put these videos together. I don't know. You realize that how much... Oh, I think it was off the post. I don't think you realize how much time it takes me to put these videos together. It's like, oh, that was a bad rebound. L10, what are you doing? It takes a lot of time and effort and skill to put these videos together.
1 minute to play in the period.
1 minute to play. So, I bring it to you for free. So I hope you appreciate all the effort that I put into it. I don't ask anything from you.
Penalty, roughing 2 minutes.
Face off. But I put a lot of effort into these videos, especially the sound editing and video editing. I was talking to a friend of mine about my Alice Cooper video, The Man with the Golden Gun. I'm really proud of how that came out. Pretty seamless how the editing of the sound came out to go with the video, with the intro sequence of the James Bond movie. That's really one of my favorite videos. Oh, Kozlov going back to the bench. Send him to the gulag. So it takes a lot of effort. I hope you appreciate this. I do it for you. So, I don't ask anything. I'm just trying to be friendly. Your friend, give you hours and hours of entertainment for fun. And of course, I get fun. I get a kick out of games. I like to play the games. Shots on goal 69. 120 shots on goal. You're never going to see that in real life. 5 power play goals, 18 penalties. This game is fun. I'm just trying to entertain you. I love all you guys. So, it makes me feel happy when you interact with me and leave your comments. Tell me what you think. So, I don't want to plug it too much, but it really means a lot to me when you comment and stuff and like it. So, please do those things, because I'm just out here wanting to make you happy and give you something to do. And I enjoy this. It's fun. It's cool to interact with an actual audience. It's like being a celebrity. Sort of. Oh, he scores! And on that note, I think that's enough of this podcast or videocast. So, until next time, I will see you around. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Also check out my other recent videos.